Hello everyone and welcome to Harv's World, where we are taking a look at Global Company. This is the first of a three-part series on Global Company that I've decided to take on thanks to a gentleman in my Discord server and a follower of Harv's World. His name is Too Cool, at least that's the handle he goes by. He's a pretty cool guy, and I like him, so I agreed. I said, yeah, I'll be happy to do some Global Company tutorials for you. And here you go, bud. I'll do the best I can. Now, getting started with Global Company, we don't really need all that equipment. What we need is just some wide open spaces and the ability to open some menus. That's all we're going to be doing today. So, getting Global Company from ModHub, it's very simple. Go to ModHub, look up Global Company. You need the Global Company base mod installed. Unfortunately, console players, this one's for PC only. Only PC players can use Global Company, and in order to use the Global Company mod, such as this little fertilizer factory that I have thrown down on the map, you will need the base Global Company. Now, I want to say up front, Global Company can seem like a lot, and it can be intimidating, especially to new players. It's not hard. It really isn't, and by the time we're done with this series, you'll have a full handle on Global Company. You'll be able to install a new mod and go, oh, I know how that works. I look at this, this, and this, and Bob's your uncle. I've got my factory running. Or whatever other Global Company object you choose to install. So let's dig in, shall we? To open your Global Company menu, you're going to hold left control and hit G. And here we have our Global Company menu. Now you're going to notice at the top there are 4 tabs. We're going to go through each and every one of those. The first is our Factories tab. That's what I've got highlighted, and you can see right here it'll say at the top Factories. Now once you place a factory on the map, it will show up in this list. Until you place a factory on the map, this list will be empty. I did place fertilizer production just so you could see exactly what it looks like in the Factories tab. One interesting thing about this is you could end up with a whole long list of different Global Company production facilities that you're utilizing, and when you click on one, you highlight it. If you look over in the map on the right hand side, you can see it flashing, so you know where it is on your map. At least you have a general idea of the area. So this helps you sort them out, keeps them easier to find. You know, I could have this whole area here filled with Global Company production and go, which one is which? I forgot, it's been too long. Or I haven't played this map in 3 months and I'm coming back to it because I got tired of it, but now it's going to be fun to go back again. Now I've got to figure out where all my stuff is. Well, this menu will get you sorted out. So that's what Factories is. Now, the Factories menu is where you're going to spend a good portion of your time once you start installing Global Company mods. We're not going to go into depth on that yet. I'm going to do that in part 3. Just know that this is where Factories go. The next tab is called Dynamic Storage, as you can see right here. And I have installed a dynamic storage just so you can see what it is, and I am going to go over this one because we probably won't cover it in future episodes. So what a dynamic storage is it's basically a storage that has multiple parts to it. And I've got one installed right here, and I'm going to show you in my shop exactly what it is. It says Agraz Storage, and these are the heap storages. Now, what makes these unique is that there are 4 heaps here. If I only had one, because I could buy one heap, it wouldn't matter so much. But this is dynamic because if, for example, I pull in here with a load of barley, like so, it's telling me that I can't tip here. Not specifically telling me, but it's not giving me the option to tip here. The reason being, I've already tipped wheat. And you can see right here in this heap, I've got 52,000 liters of wheat. That's 52,000 liters, believe it or not. But now I want to tip in barley. So I'm going to go to my Global Company menu. I'm going to make sure that this dynamic storage is highlighted. I'm going to open my overview. I can pick heap number 2 and confirm. Now when I go back out, look at that. It'll let me tip in my barley. And you can almost see the barley growing from the ground right there as the heap begins to pile up. And of course this has 4 different heaps in it, so we could do 4 different crops. That is what dynamic storages means. That's it. Now this is the only dynamic storage I have come across, but I'm not going to tell you that I have that I've tested every global company mod, because there are dozens of them out there. But I did want to show you what dynamic storages are. Now the third tab, you're not going to pay a lot of attention to. This just tells you what's been loaded in and is applicable to global company. If there's an error, it could show up in this list as well. But it's pretty straightforward. You really won't use this tab. Almost never will you use this tab. The final tab is actually the most interesting in the base global company mod, and it gives us many options. And I wanted all of those turned off. So we've got activate extended placeable, show object info, horse helper, activate more trees, and activate cut bales. All of these do a little something different. So we're going to talk about activate extended placeables. If I try to place something on my farm, let's say I just want to do a simple shed, I can do that. I can find a spot for it and it will go. Now I don't own this field in front of me. It will not allow me to place anything on there, nothing whatsoever. But if I go into activate extended placeables, now my options open up. They really, really do. So for example, let's say I want to throw down a silo. Look at that. I can put it on field 10, which I do not own. Don't own it, but I can still put a silo down there. And let's say I've decided that that silo is really boring. It's just a round cylinder. Who cares about a round cylinder? Well, now I could come in. Let's see. Let's do a big one. No, that's too big. Let's do a small one. I could grab an easy shed, line it up here, and I can actually build this right into my silo. Like so. If I wanted to extend it to the other side, I can do that too. So what activate extended placeables does is not only does it allow you to put placeables on other properties, it allows you to mix and match and bring stuff together that normally wouldn't be available. So now you have options. Now you can put your creative juices together and place things where they're not supposed to be placed because of activate extended placeables. Now the next option on our list is going to be show object info. And on this map, the map maker has been kind enough to give us all kinds of objects that we can take a look at. And we've got bales of every shape and size here. If I walk up to a bale, it's just a bale. I can guess what it is, I might know what it is, but I can't exactly tell directly what it is. However, if I go into my global company menu, I turn on show object info, when I walk up to those bales now, I get this information about what this bale is. For example, this is straw. It has 4,000 liters in it, and it's owned by my farm. Lucky me. Here we've got more straw round bales, grass bales, silage, etc. This works on cotton bales. It also works on pallets. So I've got a pallet of oats. I've got a pallet of wheat. I've got a pallet of sugarcane. I've got a pallet of wool, 1,000 liters of wool. I've got liquid fertilizer, 2,000 liters. I've got boxes of eggs that are full. So this works on absolutely everything, and it's very, very handy keeping stuff sorted out. So if you're ever unsure about what something is, Global Company has you sorted out. It will tell you exactly what it is and how much you have. So that's what show object info does for you. Now the next one on our global company list, horse helper, $300 per horse per day. This is very, very straightforward. So if you want to raise horses, if you've got horses in a corral, I do not but it's really not necessary for you to understand this concept. Instead of having to ride them so that they get their exercise, you will automatically pay $300 per day to have your horse exercised for you. It's a different type of helper. So at 11 p.m. on any given day, that's when it kicks in, 11 p.m., you will see yourself charged $300 for each horse that you have. And that means their exercise and cleaning has been taken care of for that day. It does not mean that they've been given food or straw or anything. It just means somebody came in and rode them that day and billed you for it. That's what the horse helper section of Global Company does for you. It's brilliant, actually. I use this all the time. Absolutely love it. Now, in order to show you specifically what Activate More Trees does, I'm going to jump over to another map. Okay, so I have jumped over to a forestry map. This is the Wilhelmina Forest, to be exact, where I run my off-the-grid series. And I'm just going to show you what Activate More Tree does. So on a forestry map, obviously there are going to be a lot of trees. And I want to say the cutoff is 30,000 trees for there to be too many. If I activate my tree planter here and go through, I get that warning message, there are too many trees, please cut some down first. Which to my understanding means there's more than 30,000 trees. Now if I go to my Global Company menu and activate more trees, I drop my tree planter down, and lo and behold, look at that, no warning message. I can plant trees. So that's what Activate More Trees does for you. It overrides the game's built-in trigger that prevents you from planting trees if there are too many on the map, or the game thinks there are too many on the map. Now I can plant all the bloody trees I want to because of Activate More Trees in Global Company. And that's what Activate More Trees does. So the last one on our list, we're going to go look at Activate Cut Bales. Now what's that going to do for us? Well, this one's actually very handy. If you have bales and you don't want them to be bales anymore, all you have to do is walk up to your bale. Don't get too close. Right click on it and it will turn that bale into loose whatever it is. This happens to be hay. I've got a straw bale here. There we go. Silage. I've got silage. And last but not least, it even works on round bales. I've got grass. So you right click and it turns it into loose again if you wanted to pick that up and store it in a silo or something like that instead of having to store bales. That's what Activate Cut Bales does for you. So this is part 1 of my Global Company tutorial series. That pretty much covers the whole menu. And don't be intimidated. Global Company seems like a lot up front, but quite frankly, it's very, very simple once you learn the basics. And by the time we're done, you're going to know how to sort out Global Company for yourself. I very much appreciate you coming along for the ride. And until next time, take care.